Greetings and welcome back, one and all, to the Cataclysm, and to Isda, who has decided to live in the church. Now, the reason why we've decided to set up a base in the church is more or less the same reason we decided to move from the mansion. That is too much space in the cathedral. There was too much space in the mansion, and we would just be trading that problem for a smaller version of that problem in the cathedral. It would still be too big. Too much room for what Isdar needs. He would end up being one of these people with like an enormous living room with a tiny little sofa just in the middle of it. The saddest thing you will ever see is enormous, like 40-foot by 40-foot room and just a little chair in the middle. Just so lonely. No, we're going to have a cozy little house. Oh, well, place that we live. It's not really a house, it's a church, as we've gone over. But it'll be cozy and, fit for purpose. And if we need more room, we can always move into the cathedral later on. But I've got some designs for this place. It does have some rooms. For example, the console room. This is going to be our sitting room. I'm going to build bookshelves. I'm going to build an armchair right next to the console. And Isdar can sit there in his smoking jacket with his pipe. It'll be grand. And then over here, well, I don't think we'll allow Isdar to actually take up smoking again because he's got far too addictive a personality. But over here we'll have a bed because, you don't want your bedroom in a place where you can't turn the light out. That just wouldn't work. I mean, if it was natural light, okay, but artificial light, that's not good. I can't sleep with artificial light. I can sleep in full daylight, except, if the sunlight actually touches me, it would immediately melt my flesh off and I'd die. But for the most part, I'm happy with natural light. It makes me feel happy. I just, can't touch it. It's kind of like some sort of tragic love story, really. But outside, we're going to set up the funnel, I think, just over there. And here we will set up our kitchen as well. I've got plans for this place. And speaking of funnel, actually, have I got the funnel on me? Yes, I do. Fantastic. Have I also got 4 metal sheets? Fantastic. I've prepared before this recording. How uncommon. We are going to quickly do some stuff. I need to wield my hammer. Is my towel dry? Is the towel dry? Yes, fantastic. We're going to be able to dry ourselves off after this. Okay, now, what we need to do. First, we need to smash the shrubberies down. Oh, wow, that was really quick. Well done, Isdar. You've learned to best nature. Now, we wish to pick the underbrush. No? Can we do it again? Will you eventually find something? No? Just lots of no? Wow, Isdar, your survivalist skills are terrible. Okay, we want to use our leather funnels. One there, and then one there. Now, here's the thing. I would very much like not to use gallon jugs, but instead use metal tanks. And that is why I'm carrying around all of the metal. So, let's go ahead and see. Tank. Can I... have I got everything I need? I do. I've brought the goggles. I brought the... I'm being very prepared today. I'm very pleased with myself. Okay, we can't actually carry that, though. We can if we... 225 volume. We can wield it. I don't think there's a maximum limit on the volume you can hold in your hand as a wielded object. So we can pick this up and actually carry it in our hands. No space for available for metal tank. Wield instead? Yes, we'll drop the hammer. But we'll be able to carry the tank. Now, let's have a quick look at this. Metal tank. Tank for holding liquids, useful crafting. It doesn't actually tell me... wow, 1,059 moves per attack. It doesn't even do that much damage, but I can't really tell how much it can hold, unfortunately. We'll just have to hope that this works. My only concern is that I actually need to perhaps craft it into something. Maybe it's going to want me to have actually made a water tank, because you can make those, at least in the vehicle construction screen. So I'm a little bit concerned about that, but we're just going to try it out and hope for the best, I guess. So another tank, please. There we go. We want to pick it up. There we are. And then, once again, drop it onto the tile. There we go. Right, let's pick this up. Now, we'll come back in a little while, so I'm not going to have Isdar dry off just yet, so that we can check on that. Now, thing in here. How much skill do I need to build a bed? Bed. Here we are. 3 in construction. That's not so good. Oh, we can make a mixture of bed or a bed, or an armchair. They all require 3. That's fine. I'm completely happy with this. What about bookcase? Bookcase we can do right now. Just need 12 2x4s. Wow. You know what? I know a place we can get plenty of 2x4s. Actually, I'm going to need some more tools, aren't I? Yes. Yes, I am. Right, let's go. I think we need a screwdriver. So we should be able to find it under S. Well, I can't imagine we're going to need a wood saw or anything else, really, but we'll take them just in case. So there we go. We've got a reinforced wrench, a wood saw, a screwdriver, and a hammer. We'll also take the crowbar as well. Reinforced crowbar? No. Actually, I'm going to take my reinforced screwdriver. What am I doing with this normal screwdriver? Ugh. Let's actually type that in. Crow. There we go. I don't want the makeshift one. I want the reinforced one. There we are. Fantastic. Right. Let's start cutting things down. Let's break this down. It's just taking a long time. We just disassemble the bench. Fantastic. We'll take all of these. We can't quite take you. That's fine. We're going to go and make ourselves some bookshelves in here. So we're going to drop... Ooh, something outside. That isn't so good. Let's wield the machete. We definitely heard something then. I'm not liking that. No, not at all. Alright, grab you. We'll also break this one down. Hopefully this place doesn't get broken up. And something tries to get through the doors and it can't, so it just has a paddy and smashes the doors because it's going to be a pain for me to rebuild. Where are the nails? Down here. Let's drop those as well. Fantastic. We'll go grab the others. And then I think we'll also go and check on the tanks. I'm just more or less keeping you around for that because it wasn't going to be long before I had to do it. Right, so let's go and find out. The moment of truth. Do they have water in them? Tank of water, tank of water. Oh, fantastic. Let's go into this. Metal tank of water. There's two of them, apparently, and it's not telling me... Oh, they both got only one portion. That's fine. I'm sure we'll eventually get better funnels, but that is going to be able to hold huge amounts of water. So I'm really happy about that. In fact, we can probably make a couple more funnels to expedite the process. Right, well, how many... Actually, let's grab this. Are there any 2x4s over here? I just realized we should just check that. 2. No? Wait. There. Haha! Okay. Very well. Accept. I'll take you all. Thank you. Now, let's get up here. Now, this moves really quite well. I am liking it. Oh, my lord. Can I push it back? Oh, yes, I can. It's okay. I can just crawl over it like that. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. I'm hearing wumps. Pharaoh Hunter leaps, lunges forward, bites your torso, but your armor protects you. I'm really slow. It's because I'm so thirsty. Damn it. Okay, right. Well, I know I can spot it. I'm trying to move into it in order to kill it, you silly game. Okay, reinforced machete. Whapow! 28 damage. We dodged. 27 damage. Block some of the damage with the reinforced machete. The Pharaoh Hunter hits your head, but your armor protects you. It's going down. It's not going to be able to survive that. Okay, fantastic. Let's just butcher that immediately. So it's no problem for us. Okay. Also, let's drink. We really do need something to drink. I've got a gallon jug of water, actually. You know what? I'll just drop that over here for now. I picked it up with the thought that I'd pour it into the tank before I set the tank down, but alas no. Okay, right. Let's see if we can't go ahead and make ourselves a bookcase. If only this menu would do the same thing as the other menu, the vehicle menu, and put anything you can build at the top. But we'll make a bookcase and we'll make it there. It'll take us a little while, but it'll be worth it, I feel. We start scratching around. Damn it! You interrupted me building my bookcase. How rude! There we go. We've got a bookcase. Ah, I'm very happy with that. Shall we try and build it? Oh, we don't have enough to make another one. Let's have a look. What do we lack? 12 2x4s and 16 else. Well, there should be plenty of 2x4s. I can't imagine that we actually lack that many 2x4s, to be perfectly honest. Let's head down here and see if we can grab a couple more. No? Really? Were they all gone? Wow, okay, maybe I didn't bring as many along as I thought. Alright then, well I'm going to start ferrying around books over here. I'm also going to set up a brazier and quickly purify some water from this source as well. And then I'm probably going to have Isdar read up on construction for a little bit. So we're going to have a bit of a break from the recording. I shall bring you back when Isdar is learned enough to actually build a comfy armchair. Hopefully it won't take me too long. And welcome back. Unfortunately, and probably, we didn't actually have any books that specifically gave us construction skill. We had plenty that gave fabrication skill, but none that specifically increased our construction, which is a bit of a downer, honestly. However, there are things that we should be able to do to raise our construction skill. Pretty much anything in here should do it. So, whilst that won't work, I'm thinking if we make pits, maybe we'll be able to get it above 1. I'm not sure. Chop a tree trunk into logs. That might work because it requires skill of 1, and then chop tree trunk into planks may work. So there are a few things that we can do. Build an improvised shelter, repair a wooden door, all sorts of little things here and there that we should be able to work on that will raise our abilities. In fact, we could build fences, which might not be a bad idea to work on our skill. But for now, we're probably going to be working on a lot of other things instead. We've made 2 bookcases, which is plenty nice, but we need more work. However, there is one thing that I have discovered, and I was pretty shocked to find it. On a whim, because I rose my my fabrication skill, as you can see here, we've got fabrication now at 5. That's my second highest skill. We've also got, by the way, cooking at 4. I'm not sure if I covered that previously. We have electronics at 3 and first aid at 3 and mechanics at 3. I'm actually really happy with those ones all being at 3. But the thing that I found, and I think you'll find most interesting, is funnel. I can now make an actual funnel. Now these are significantly better than the makeshift ones. I mean, not just a bit better, but really, really good. Now, to make the plastic mold, we need plastic mold, 2 bowls, and a hot plate, if we want one. Or we need, and for that, we need 2 bowls. So 2 bowls to make the plastic mold, then we can make some funnels out of that. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm going to be doing that. That is a pretty big thing. Then I think I'm going to start building the pits, and then maybe we'll go on a trip to the forest and chop some things down. But first, let's see if we can find what we need. Now, question is... Actually, was it this screen that we had with the filter? Yes, it was. Okay, well, let's type this in. So we want material, plastic. Yeah. Alright, rubber hose, we've got 14 of them. Emergency oxygen tank. Well, plenty of plastic bottles as well. We're not going to use the gas mask. That is off limits. Vacuum sealer, we're not going to be using that. Plastic cup. We've got a plastic cup that we could happily break down. Pair of reading glasses, we don't need them. Pair of bifocal glasses, pair of eyeglasses. Alright, this is not too bad at all, actually. There are plenty of things that we should be able to break down. In fact, all the rollerblades as well. Okay, well, in that case, let's start moving things across. We are going to filter for a roller. We're going to move our rollerblades over. Then we are going to filter for plastic. Right, we want, let's see, anything that doesn't have something in it. The plastic cup can go. So can the 4 small plastic bottles. No, we'll keep that one. We'll take all of the plastic chunks. Wow, we've got... Oh, my lord! Okay, never mind. I didn't even think to check that. My goodness, we don't need to do any of this. We've got enough plastic chunks to, well... make everything we need. I don't know what else we could do with it. We'll take 3, 6. We'll actually just take a load of them. That should do. Now, we'll grab this brazier. There we are. Now let's go and see what we can do. Is it raining outside? Yeah, it's still raining outside. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll set it up here then. Let's apply the brazier. Let's apply the brazier just across here instead. There. We're going to want some 2x4, so let's break down some furniture. And hopefully that won't take us too long. No, okay. Now we can easily move a 2x4 across. We just want one. There we are. Apply a lighter. There we go. Now that shouldn't be too difficult for us. It shouldn't cause any smoke at all. So we want plastic. There we are. We want 2 of these, please. It's only going to take a difficulty of 1, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Ah, really? Did that... Am I crafting it? Really? Oh, that's funny. Okay, well, I'm not going to resist that. Well, we have the fire for a brief moment, and only a brief moment. F, mold. We want a plastic mold. And that'll probably be done. Wow, I guess you could just basically keep going with 1 2x4 for pretty much forever if you did it like this. This feels so wrong. Right, the next thing we want to do is funnel. We need a fire for that. Very well. Wrong thing. Let's apply the lighter there. There we go. 1 funnel. Is this going to work for us? It may do. There we are. And once more lighter. There we go. And craft another funnel. That is absolutely fantastic. So we've now got 2 proper funnels. Oh, we failed to make the funnel. We don't have 2 proper funnels. They lied to us. My goodness. Let's try that again. Now, it does take a little while for that, but those funnels that we've got there at the moment should be just making up quite a lot of good stuff. We don't want to pick that up. We do want to break down the funnel, and we want to take the funnel. Then we don't want to grab that. We do want to break the funnel down though, and then take that. Then apply our 2 funnels, 1 there and 1 there. Now you can't actually see where I've placed them, but I definitely have. Well, I'll leave a burnt 2x4 there. Right, okay. What have we got? We've got a gallon jug of clean water. I'll take you. No space. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's drop... I need to go and drop down most of the plastic chunks I've got. And the tin cans that I've been eating through. The plastic bottle as well. Do I have any more plastic chunks? I'm not sure. Let's see, welder is still there. Plastic... bottle, gallon jug. I don't actually see any random plastic though, which is interesting. I was sure I was carrying a bunch of it. Just double checking because I can easily miss things, unfortunately. No, it doesn't seem so. Okay, fair enough. We'll leave all that there. And then we'll pick up this gallon jug. There we go. Now, if we're pretty quick about it, we can light this fire again and then just happily make a bunch of clean water. We should have enough room for all of it. You don't have anything to store it in? Okay, never mind. Down to 15. There we go. That feels so weird doing that. Right, there we are. We have poured the clean water in. We've got 2 gallon jugs full of clean water now. That is absolutely wonderful, because that means I can now drink. So let's quench our thirst immediately. Next thing is, do we have any food? We should do, I believe. Because I'm thinking that for Isdar at this point, probably the next thing is to go off and get his construction up. Alright, we've got some stuff down here. We've got loads of food that I've made. I've made so much stuff that we can just keep. We've got 69 fruit leathers. Where is the 20 granolas, 54 jerkies, and 105 meat jerkies. We really are never going to run out. But I'll just grab that. Let's actually see how much room that's taking up. It doesn't say. Never mind then. Right, we'll actually just have this. Get that out of my inventory, and then we'll eat some granola. There we go. And if we can also apply my towel. Ah, fantastic. Isdar is happy once again. However, I'm thinking Isdar is going to need to sort himself out a little bit. I can't see how much is in there. However, if I go like this, I should be able to. No? Maybe now? No, apparently not. Very well. Let's have a quick glance. Metal tank of water 6. How about you? 22. That is filling very, very quickly. Right, okay, well, that I think is probably it for now. We have built some bookshelves and Isdar has started learning. At this point, I think he's good for water. And realistically, with the amount of non-perishable food that I've made for him, he's good for everything else as well. So what I think we're going to do next is probably pull down all of the pews in this place. I think that's the next step. Unfortunately, we've already used up all the water that was in the toilet cistern. We'll get rid of some of the things in there as well. Maybe get rid of the stuff here, but I'm really thinking that Isdar is going to need to go out and start working a little bit on getting up his construction. But there's one thing I can try to do before we resort to that, and that is go to tools. There should be a shovel. There we go. Have we got a reinforced shovel? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's just move. We'll move one of the gallon jugs across and then take the shovel. There we are. Now, this is my plan for working with the shovel. Let's have a quick look. We've got construction of... Where is your construction skill? Construction level 1 at 12%. If we go and start digging a pit... Let's see if that affects it, because if it does, then that'll be fantastic. Doesn't look like it has, unfortunately. Oh well, I'm going to have Isdar go ahead and finish digging these pits around, or just at least in the alcoves between the windows. Probably not anywhere else, we don't really need it, but eventually we're going to be making these spiked pits. They are actually quite dangerous no matter what goes through them, because they take an enormous amount of damage and then they have a long time to try and dig their way back out. I guess I'm going to have to go around the wall there fully all the way around, but over here, for example, we should be good just to dig the pits as normal. And hopefully... Oh wait, wow, there's a disease zombie just down there. What? Why are you not stopping? Please stop. My good lord. What on earth was happening? It wouldn't stop. We're in pain 4. Let's just have a quick look at what was going on there. Decayed zombie lunges for us. Bites our torso, but our armor protects us. Blocks some of the damage. Decayed zombie hits our arm. Armor protects us. Decayed lunges forward. Bites our torso. Skill in dodging is increased to 2. Blocks some of the damage. For the most part, we were just there, chilling out, letting it wail on us. And our dodge was going up as a result. I'm sorry, Decayed Zombie, but that just can't be allowed. Silly zombie. Silly me as well for not stopping properly. But, yes, as I was saying, we are probably going to be spending a fair bit of time just reinforcing this area, getting everything up to spec, and then in the future we'll be setting these up as spiked pits, but I'm going to head inside for now. And in the coming episodes, you may actually rejoin me with Isdar out in the forest. I think we're probably going to have to go out there and start working on our construction, unless it's gone up. Has it gone up? It hasn't gone up. Well, damn. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to go out and start hacking down some trees then. That is the only way that we're going to get that up beyond 1, unfortunately. Right, well, that is it for me for now. Thankfully, Isdar doesn't need to treat any severe bite wounds. That decaying zombie was a bit terrible at combat. Or Isdar was just so good at construction and dodging, he could just do it without really paying attention. But that is it from us. So once again, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will be joining me for the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care.